What makes Stonebridge South so special? Well, in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to highlight Stonebridge South, and I'm going to share with you, if you stick around, what makes Stonebridge South one of the most unique neighborhoods in Rodrock Development's Stonebridge community. Hi, my name is Chris Pucci and I'm with the Living in Kansas City real estate team. What we do on this channel is we tour neighborhoods, we break down communities, but most importantly, we give you the inside scoop so you can make the right choice as to where you want to live. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything there is about living in the Kansas City market, then simply subscribe below. Tap on the bell and you'll be the first to receive notifications about the changes taking place in the Kansas City market. Hey, we get calls from people just like you every day. So whether you're moving in 9 days, 90 days, or even 9 months, please feel free to reach out. I can be reached by phone, by text, by email, or better yet, set up a Zoom call. Regardless, there's nothing we'd like more than to help you make a smooth transition to the Kansas City market. So what you and I are going to do is we're going to tour 2 models here in Stonebridge South and talk about the amenity packages. One thing you need to keep in mind is this particular neighborhood, as it stands right now, is one of the final neighborhoods that's being built in the Stonebridge community. What you and I are going to do, we're going to tour these 2 models and we're going to explore what Stonebridge has to offer. Now, Stonebridge is a Rodrock Development Master Plan community that consists of 6 neighborhoods, each one different. You've got Stonebridge Meadows, Stonebridge Point, Stonebridge Trails, Stonebridge Villas, and Stonebridge South. When complete, the Stonebridge community is going to contain over 1,000 homes, and it is considered one of Olathe's most popular neighborhoods. So now that you know a little bit about the Stonebridge community, let's talk a little more specifically, though, about Stonebridge South. So let's take a look a little closely at the Stonebridge South plat map. As you can see, the plat reflects 116 lots to be developed over 3 phases. Phase 1 is going to consist of 46 home sites, Phase 2, approximately 36 home sites, and Phase 3, another 34 lots. Now here you've got a variety of lot sizes, including walkout, daylight, and level lots. You're on cul-de-sacs for reduced traffic, beautiful green spaces. Home styles include ranch style, 2-story or reverse 1.5. And here you're going to find many open layouts, gourmet kitchens, spacious primary suites, and finished basements. Homes in Stonebridge South range anywhere from $650,000 to $800,000 depending on the upgrades. HOA dues run about $78 a month. And as far as amenities are concerned, living in Stonebridge South means you get to enjoy resort-style amenities every day. As a resident, you have access to 4 community zero-entry pools. There's one pool, which is a junior-size Olympic pool. You've got a pool with a water slide and a fountain. You have 2 clubhouses, one of which has exercise equipment. There are sports courts throughout the community for basketball and pickleball. You'll also find sand volleyball courts as well, and there are well-equipped playgrounds and picnic spots throughout with pergola-covered grills. Another perk is the fact that you are adjacent to Heritage Park, which spans approximately 2,838 acres. It features an 18-hole championship golf course with a driving range, so if you enjoy playing golf, it's just minutes away. There's an 18-hole disc golf course as well. If you enjoy spending your day on the lake fishing, there's a 40-acre lake for fishing and boating. Hey, if you have a dog, Heritage Park has a 30-acre fenced-in off-leash dog park. Now, I am going to tell you, if your dog's not well trained, bring some treats. Otherwise, you're going to be chasing him over 30 acres trying to get him to come home. There are 12 picnic shelters. You have multiple playgrounds. There's various athletic fields designed for softball and football and soccer. Hey, if you like walking, biking, you've got a number of paid trails suitable for walking, running, and biking. And if you like horseback riding, Heritage Park also has equestrian trails. So let's not forget about the schools, because the schools in Johnson County, particularly Olathe, Kansas, are some of the highest rated in the state. Niche.com gives the Olathe School District an overall rating of A. And the schools serving Stonebridge South, they include Madison Place Elementary, which is about 4/10 of a mile away, Prairie Creek Elementary, which is 0.72 miles away. You've got the Woodland Spring Middle School, as well as Olathe South High School. So all that being said, let's you and I go inside and tour the first of the two models. And as we go through it in the comment section below, if you would, please share with me what your thoughts are, what you like about the house and what you don't. Let's go in and take a look. This is a reverse story and a half. It's called the Heather. It was built by Walker Custom Homes. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, contains about 3,081 square feet and is listed at $795,650. What I like to do when I'm touring homes such as this is I like just to point out the things that I think make each room different and unique, something that really gives its personality and sets it off from the rest of the house. So for instance, we're in the hallway here. It's pretty wide. I like the fact that you've got the open stairwell, so you can kind of create an even bigger feel to the area, as well as the fact that it does pull you into the main living area. So let's go check out the main living area. So there's at least 3 items in this room that I like that I think gives it its identity. The first is we have these floating shelves with indirect lighting. Secondly, I like the horizontal rectangular modern fireplace. And then we have this wall of windows, which includes French sliding doors that leads right out to the covered deck. Let's transition into the dining room. Although this room is small and it doesn't appear to have a lot of things going for it, actually there's 4 things that I like about this. First, you've got the wall of windows. That lets in a lot of light. I also like the way they've treated the ceiling. It gives this room its own special identity. It's big enough where in addition to the dining room table, you have room for furniture. And finally, you have access from the dining room out onto the deck. So let's transition to the deck. So out here, there's 3 things that I like about this deck. One, you've got this fireplace. So having a fireplace out here allows you to use the deck more months of the season. You've also got the ceiling fan, which comes in handy because that'll help keep those pesky mosquitoes off of you. And with this deck though, you have the ability to actually screen it in, which will even make it more comfortable throughout the year. So those are the key things that I think make this particular deck so usable. Now let's go in and check out the kitchen because that's where most of the money in any new home is actually spent. So there are a number of things about the kitchen that I really like that I think makes it stand out. One, I really like the waterfall quartz massive island. I mean, there's even a place to sit up at the bar, if you will. What's kind of neat about this particular one is you've got these pop-up charging station. We all know how handy that comes in, particularly when your phone is getting a little bit low on juice. In addition, what I also think is nice is the contrast and finish between the cabinetry on the kitchen island versus the cabinetry against the back and the stove. I love the fact too that you have these massive pieces of quartzite, which makes cleaning this area so much easier than if you have a lot of tile, which has then a lot of grout. Again, you've got a nice gas stove, which I like. And what's really interesting about this is you have these, this case is shallow, but they are deep cabinets. What else I like about this particular kitchen that I think makes it unique is the fact that where you've got the solid cabinet doors, above it you've got the 3 little cabinet doors with glass. And I think that just makes the room, because again, that's how the room gets its identity. Let's go across the hall because that happens to be where the pantry is. Now, I think this room is packed with all kinds of great little touches. One, I like the fact that you've got a spot for a cooler. You've got a beautiful quartz countertop with a nice deep sink. You've got cabinets on either side with a shelf where you can display different items. I like the backsplash. It's a little unique, it's different, but I think they've pulled it off. And then you've got another prep area over here, which happens to have its own electrical outlet. So this has really lots of use. And you've got 2 more shelves to use for storing things as well. And then we do have a nice size pantry. So that's a lot of really, put it this way, this room has a lot of personality. So off the kitchen, we have two on my left, the mudroom and exit to the garage. You can see we've got a nice area for coats and jackets and sweaters. We've got 3 openings here and 3 below, so there's plenty of places for scarves and boots and things of that nature. And then we have a nice utility closet and 3 shelves for more storage. At the end of the hall, we have a full bath. Again, it's a bathroom. But what I like the way that it's tied in the stain on the mirror with the cabinets and the door, a real attractive quartz countertop, and it has enough green in it that picks up the stain around the mirror. And you've got a really beautiful shower and tile enclosures that go all the way up to the ceiling. So even though it's a small room, it is very well appointed. Let's go check out the bedroom. What they've done in here, they've got it set up as an office, but clearly you could make it another bedroom because we've got a nice walk-in closet and we have the bathroom off of it. And we have something that I like about this room, and this is probably one of my favorite features, is the windows. Instead of the sashes going up or rolling out, these windows simply move to the side, and you can't enjoy it, but I am. There's a really nice breeze coming through here right now. Let's go to the other side of the house to check out the master suite, but before we do, I just want to show you a nice closet here in this room. Although it's shallow, it does have a lot of room and has a nice built-in shelves, and there's plenty of area for hanging clothes. I'm sure we all can guess what this is, so I'm going to say linen closet, and I'm wrong. It happens to be the coat closet for the first floor. So, what are the things I like about this room? 1, I like the ceiling treatment and the ceiling fan. Every bedroom should have a ceiling fan. I like the treatment against the wall. It's a big enough and spacious enough room that you've got plenty of room for a king-size bed, nice-sized dresser, sitting area, and once again, like the window we saw in the other bedroom, we have these really nice sliding windows. We've talked about the master bedroom. Now let's go check out the master bathroom, which is where the second most amount of money is spent. So we have beautiful tile floors. They're stunning. You've got the nice long dual vanity quartz countertop. And what I like about this, another little unique trick that they've done, is they've taken the light color stain, which we saw in the kitchen, and they've contrasted it with the darker stain like we saw in the kitchen. So it sort of ties the kitchen in with the master suite. Now over here, I like the soaker tub, and I like the way they've done the wall treatment. I do like the fact that you got a lot of light coming in this big window, but if it were me, I'd have this window frosted so I would get the best of both worlds. I get privacy as well as the light. So we've got a nice, I like the shower. It's a straight walk-in. You've got a nice shower head, beautiful tile, the same style that they've used on the floor. They have an accent wall, which I like. I think that makes the bathroom kind of sets it all off. You got a space there for your shampoo, your conditioner, and your body wash. The walk-in closet. 3 things. First of all, I love the 3 little windows. They're different, and they let a lot of natural light in. You can see too, you've got plenty of storage space. I like the fact that we've got these little areas here for different things like hats and shoes and things of that nature. You've got these drawers, so they're built in, which is a really nice touch. And then we're going to move into the laundry room. Not a lot that you can say, but you do have nice cabinets. You got a really beautiful quartz countertop. So this is going to take us back out into the main hallway. And so again, you have a nice open floor plan. But what I really like about this particular plan, and is what really makes this feel really homey, is you've got an L-shaped open floor plan. So you've tucked the dining area off the kitchen, and so the living area and the dining area are both actually off the kitchen, and it just kind of breaks it up and it allows each room to feel more like a self-contained space as a part of just one big space. I like the fact we have a hallway here because it allows the kitchen to have more definition, and it also gives the pantry its own separate room and makes it feel its own unique identity as well. So now let's go downstairs and see how they finished the lower level. Like the upper level, they've got this lower level set up where you feel like there are separate areas. Each has its own identity. And this room is really laid out very well. So there's a number of things to like. First of all, in this corner, we have our bar set up. And it is really beautiful. You've got this really beautiful quartz site. And really what makes it really nice is the fact that you have this dual level and you've got outlets against this little wall. So there's plenty of outlets to plug in your margarita mixer and all the rest of your paraphernalia. You've got a beautiful quartz countertop. I like, again, the fact that we have cabinets on either side, but they're glass faced, not solid. And you have this nice shelf above the sink. You've got a place for your cooler. And behind the bar here, we have an open area that's has an outlet in there, so you're able to plug in some type of maybe small oven or something along those lines. So let's go into, we'll call it the main living area down here. So 3 things. 1, it's spacious. It works very well for entertaining. You could easily put a large screen TV against that wall. And that's the other thing I like about this particular room. I do like that accent wall. I think it gives, again, the space its own personality. And like upstairs, the windows slide toward the middle of that long rectangular window that lets a lot of light in, making the room feel even bigger. In the center of this room, you've got plenty of space for ping pong pool table, or in this case, foosball. And then we have a nice covered patio. A couple things I like about this room. It's covered, you have some privacy. And again, if you wanted to, this room might be easier to screen in than the run upstairs. So you've got plenty of entertainment area in this household. Now we do have 2 bedrooms down here. Let's go check those out. Before we do, let's check out the storage, which goes on and on. So this house, you're never going to have to be worried about where to store things. And before we check out these last 2 bedrooms, don't forget to put in the comment section below what you think about this house. Cool. What do we have here? There's a couple of things to really like. I like the window. You've got that nice deep windowsill. You've got a nice walk-in closet. And then a beautifully appointed bathroom. Like the bathroom upstairs we saw, you got the nice quartz countertop. The stain pulls together the same stain that was in the kitchen. And you have a beautifully tiled floor to ceiling shower enclosure. That's bedroom number 3. Let's check out bedroom 4. Bedroom 4 doesn't have its own personal bathroom, but it does share, we might say, the common bathroom downstairs. So what do we have? Once again, similar finish to the bathroom we just finished. But instead of just being a shower, you've got a shower and tub situation, but you've got the nice tile surround And once again, the really pretty dark stain. Let's check out the last bedroom. Decent size. They've got a full-size bed in here, but you could still get a piece of furniture in here if you wanted. You've got, again, the deep window sill, and you have a nice sized closet. With built-in shelves. So let's head back upstairs. Okay, so we finished the tour of this home. So let's go next door and take a peek of the second model. Now the house we're in right now, it is called the Middleton. It's a Rodrock built home. It contains 6 bedrooms, 5 baths, 3,685 square feet, and it's listed for $878,570 with all of its upgrades. So starting the hall. What's nice about the hall? Again, it's wide and it pulls you into this open floor plan. Now off to my right, I think it's one of the best offices I've seen recently in homes in this price range. There are so many things about this room that I really like. Starting off with the fact that you've got double glass doors, so it keeps the room nice and bright and feeling wide. You've got 3 beautiful windows with transoms above it. Best part though is how they did this treatment over here. Recessed the wall. I love the wall treatment. I even like that sconce. That's really pretty cool. And you've got some crown molding, and then on either side of it, you've got 2 more small little windows. This is just really a nice office. You've got nice ash-colored wood floors, and like the other house, they have actually created a little more interest in that they've tucked the dining area to the side of the kitchen, so it's actually has its own room, if you will. The same with the living area. So what about this area that do I like? Well, again, I like the horizontal rectangular fireplace. Kind of gives the room a little bit of a sophisticated feel to it. And I like the floating shelves on either side. I like the touch with the ceiling fan, and I like the idea of the 3 large windows. And it's spacious enough that there's plenty of room for entertaining or watching TV with your entire family. Let's go check out our dining area. A couple of things I like about this room. I like the wall treatment, the wainscot around it. That gives the room a little bit of sophistication and elegance. I like the fact that it's big enough that you can have a good size dining room table, as well as room possibly for another piece of furniture. And I like the fact that right off this area, you have access to the deck. I like about this room, or this deck, is the fact that it's very large, great for entertaining, and you got the ceiling fan. So in those summer months and early fall months when it's really warm, you can keep enough air going and keep the mosquitoes off of you. So now let's go into the kitchen. So what I like about this kitchen is you've got this really nice, beautiful quartz countertop. You've got room for 4 people to eat on the island. You have beautiful backsplash, same color as your quartz countertop. And because it's just a one-piece, ease of cleaning. You've got 2 additional little prep areas. You have this one off to the right of the refrigerator. And I like the fact that it's got the under-counter lighting as it does against the main area. And we have a smaller one right next to the ovens. Now down here we have a bedroom, a full bath, and a mudroom. So let's first check out the bedroom. So what do we got? Things that I like about it. You've got a ceiling fan, you've got nice double door closets, and immediate access to the bathroom. You got a beautiful quartz countertop. And I really like the floors. They're just a little bit different, and they give the room, again, its own personality. off this room, we've got the mud room. Again, you've got special spots for things like gloves, scarves, and hats, places to hang your coats and your jackets, and space down below to put your boots and dirty shoes. And then we have access to the garage, which is a nice 3-car garage, plenty of room. So now that we've toured the first level, let's go upstairs and check out the bedrooms. So let's start with the secondary bedrooms. Now, I like this little bedroom. What I really like about it is it's got this recessed wall, kind of like the office downstairs. You've got 2 big windows above it. Just makes it a little more cozy, if you will. And this particular bedroom, though, has its own bath. So it's a shower and bath combination, got a nice tile surround, and you've got a really nice corner walk-in closet. So let's go check out the other 2 bedrooms. So what I like about this bedroom, ceiling fan, spacious for a queen-size bed, chair, or another piece of furniture. You got your own walk-in closet. And over here, we have the Jack and Jill bathroom situation. We've got the one-piece molded vanity. I like the style of fixtures they've used, and I also like the tile that they used on the floor. So here we have the shower bathtub combination. Same fixtures they had in the other bathroom, which makes sense. And then we have another bedroom. I like the fact, again, it has a ceiling fan. It's got a... So let's go check out the master. So there's several things I like about this room that give you the feel of a nice upscale bedroom. 1, you've got crown molding. 2, you have that recessed ceiling with the ceiling treatment. You've got a large ceiling fan, and I like the way they finished off the one wall. It's also spacious. You can easily see king-size bed, nightstands, clearly enough room for a dresser, and you've got place for at least 1, maybe 2 chairs. So you've got plenty of space to have some privacy, read or do what you want to do in terms of just relaxing and getting away from the family. So let's check out the bathroom, as this is where the second most money is spent, and they've done a really nice job. So the first thing that I like is the soaking tub area. I like the way they did the wall treatment, and I particularly like the way they did the big window. Privacy, but still tons of light that comes in. I love the floor tiles that they've used. They're nice, they're big, and they've got a real beautiful grain to them. Then we've got a nice double vanity. And as we move down, we've got a beautiful walk-in tile shower. And what I like is how they trimmed out the area, the entry with the same tile that they've not only used on the floor, but have used on 3 of the walls in the shower. I like the fact that you've got an area to sit. I like the accent and the dual showers. So this is really a nice master bathroom. Let's check out this here. And we have a nice oversized linen closet. Master bathroom, great master suite, terrific bathroom, and it doesn't stop there because we've got a really nice walk-in closet. Now, there's a lot that you can do in here. I mean, you've got, first of all, tons of hanging area. You've got 3 sets of built-in shelves. I love the windows. It lets in a lot of natural light. You've got a place where you can put baskets to put things in, and you can sit down while you're putting on shoes and clothes of that nature. And let's not forget we have a full-length mirror. And this room is large enough that you could actually put a dresser or something right here in the middle as well, and still have plenty of room to move around. So of all the different master closets we've seen, this one, in terms of size and functionality, is been really well thought out. But we're not finished. One more perk, and that has to do with the upper level laundry room. So you've got a nice sink over here with additional cabinet space. There's a hanging rod. And over here we have room for folding clothes. You've got a place underneath to put different things. You've got a nice window, so that's in natural light. And once again, more areas to hang things. You could probably put in here an iron board. So there's plenty of room to do things in this. It's not your typical small little laundry room. It has a lot of space, so it has a lot of practicality. We've seen the main level. We just came down from the upper level. So now let's go downstairs and see what the lower level looks like. So all I can say is, wow, they've done a great job of utilizing the space downstairs. Again, you've got an area that has its sort of its own presentation. So this is big screen TV, great for the family gathering or your friends to come and watch your favorite team in action. I like the shelves on either side of the fireplace, and I like the stone that they used. What I also like about this room, though, I really like the bar area. So there's a few things I like about it. One, I like the fact that you've got a tiled area. You've got a cooler. I really like the cabinets on either side. Again, they're glass, they're not solid, and I like the area where you can put wines or other alcoholic beverages up there. And off to its left is a really large closet with tile floor and plenty of storage area. Also down here, you've got a nice, large half bath, tile floor, beautiful one-piece vanity. So the rooms down here are large and spacious. We've got one more bedroom. So this can be your fifth bedroom, but the other perk, this could be your office, or it could be your personal retreat to get away from the family. You've got a full bath off to my left. Got a nice sized closet. And one of the other things I like about this room, aside from the fact that it has its own private bathroom, you've got this nice, neat windowsill. So let's look at what we have across the hall. We have limited storage over here. But we have plenty of space here. And this could be your safe room. This could be your safe room, particularly when there's inclement weather, like when you hear the tornado sirens go off, and you're not used to tornadoes here in the Midwest, so everybody comes down and hunkers down into the basement. Now, if you're a native like myself who grew up here, when you hear the sirens go off, you run outside and you look up in the sky, hoping to see the tornado. I've lived here, like I said, most of my life, and I've yet to see one, but I'm still hoping. So let's go back upstairs. Okay, so now that we've toured both videos, let me know what you think. Which house did you like better? And give me some reasons as to why. Conclude this video. I did promise to tell you what makes Stonebridge South so special. Well, it happens to be, if you haven't figured it out yet, All the streets are built on cul-de-sacs. What's the benefit to you or to the residents here? One, you have quieter neighborhoods because there's no through traffic. And two, probably more importantly, is it's safer for pedestrians. If this is the kind of community that you would like to relocate in, please feel free to reach out and I'll be happy to answer any questions or help you take that next step to ownership here in Stonebridge South. All that being said, there's nothing more that I'd like to do than to tour you around the Kansas City area. And until that time, be sure to look out for my next video, which has to do with the Sundance Ridge subdivision in southern Overland Park. Thanks again for watching the video. It means a lot to me.